I just started YouTube last week and I'm already having to make an apology.
The negativity you started with was not nice.
Your mom would disagree.
First!
I'm so sorry that I wasn't nice in the last video about this camera. Thank you all so much for the support and the feedback on the first video. I legit thought that it would maybe get 100 views, and then I would be convincing myself that this was just a waste of time. I got so excited having all of you to talk about my opinions on cameras. In my world, I'm a bit of a nerd, and most people, respectfully, don't give a shit about things like this. That is one thing I love about this camera. Yes, there is a spec sheet and there are facts like it was built to be a broadcast studio camera. I 100% agree. I currently use 3 of these in a podcast setup that I have. They're great to set and forget, but that's not fun to talk about. It's almost like Blackmagic put all these little Easter egg features to see what we could come up with. Like, why does a studio camera need gyroscope stabilization features? So with that context, the next few videos will be about me trying to get the rig completely perfect to what I need. And I don't think I can get that without your input. Okay, time to address some of the elephants in the room. The first one, I just need you to come pick up your mom. It was fun at first, but like. Second, do I recommend this camera since I own 4 of them? No. If you need someone's opinion on buying a camera like this, don't buy it. For the few situations I use it in, it's great, but it's a very niche camera, hence being a studio camera. I personally am trying to make it a camera that's great for all use cases. I just always end up grabbing a different camera that I have. Third, does it work with hubs? Yes. I found out within the hour of posting that last video, there were hubs that were confirmed working. I'm currently using the 5-in-1 Solor hub, this long, skinny thing. It does work, it's just such an awkward size, like it's wider than the camera. Will Van Tegen, sorry if I butchered the name, who designed and made the Excelsius cage, mentions in the Blackmagic forum that he is working on making a compact solution. Has anyone else found something similar that works? I've been debating on getting and trying one of the VR splitter ones that have 2 ports, but I'm already about $150 into buying different hubs. Here's some BTS footage from a shoot I was just on using the Pyxis and the hub. So it's usable, just not convenient yet. I'm debating if I want to try integrating this one into the cage or not. I thought about putting it under the handle like the Koala channel guy did. Great job at being the first YouTuber to figure it out, by the way. But I've got big, fat fingers. I don't know. I should have an idea in the next day or 2. Now that I have this working with the hub, do I prefer the video assist setup or the Pyxis monitor setup? It's kind of a pick your poison situation at the moment. With the Pyxis monitor, it's so easy to change the settings on the fly. It's a nice screen, it's small and light, and gets the rig right where I want it for handheld filming. But there's one big issue. There's no playback. Which isn't the end of the world when you're just solo shooting, but I can't tell you how many times a client or director wants to watch what we just shot. You could plug it into a laptop on set, but that's just time wasted. The video assist fixes that big issue, but creates 2 more. You have to use the little side buttons to change the settings. I know, a lot of you just rolled your eyes and thought, Kyle, stop being such a bitch. I'll be the first to admit that I'm very particular about what I like, but a lot of people don't realize that it's also a totally different menu system that's not as intuitive. Plus, when you use the video assist, you'll want to use an SDI cable and an HDMI cable. Why? Because only the SDI does 4K output, but it's locked at a clean output. If you want to see the menus and the OS and all that, you have to use the HDMI, which you can make a clean feed, but it only does 1080p output. Valencio mentioned in the comments that they use both the Pyxis monitor and the video assist at the same time, which again can be common on bigger rigs. I'm by no means saying they are wrong, but it's not why I picked this camera. Plus, to do that, that's a little over $1,000 in monitors alone. Tony mentioned in the comments that they use this camera for everything, even drone work. Their setup is pretty cool because they use the Hollyland Mars M1. With this, they have a wireless transmission, and instead of using an external recorder for playback, the Hollyland app records the feed and saves it directly to the camera roll. Pretty slick solution. Okay, now onto the 3D printed cage. Yes, I messed up on that form pretty bad. I posted the video and totally forgot I mentioned the forum, so I just threw one together, again thinking no one was going to watch. I'm still planning on making a video that just focuses on this cage, but I'd still love to get your feedback on it. Here's a few more shots without the whole thing rigged out. Currently, I've been printing in black, but we could technically print in any color you would want. At the moment, these are printed in PLA+. I was worried about the cage become malleable sitting in the sun too long, but I have left this in my truck a few times in Utah in the heat of the summer. I know, super stupid, and it was totally fine. At the moment, I have the thread holes printed into the cage. I used to print it and then add these heat set inserts, but the arms would always break and it ended up adding a lot of weight to where it kind of ruined the point. You can definitely strip the printed ones out, but if you don't overdo it, I haven't had to tighten anything and I've had this set up together for about a month. Some of the suggestions on the forums were more holes, which is possible. It just messes with the strength of the cage. On this design, I kind of just put holes where I needed so I could rig what I was using. An issue brought up in the comments was heat. It's been designed in a way to where there's still airflow. I've done tests of 4 hours of straight recording with no overheat issues, and it doesn't cause the cage to warp or anything like that. One person mentioned to make it aluminum. I don't have a huge desire to produce a product like that, at least not yet. Plus, the Excelsius cage is already so good. It looks like you can now order the V2 on their website. The SSD slot is pretty slick. The USB-C is in the cage and plugs in when you slide the SSD in and out. The tolerance is just right to where it's easy to slide in, but once connected to the cable, it doesn't pop out. I plan on making different SSD options. They just have to be able to slide in and out easy. And then here are the two power options that I have at the moment: V-mount and MPF. The V-mount is great. I don't like to use this option because I couldn't quite get the rig balanced if I put a lens like this on it. Plus, the higher capacity V-mount batteries are just heavy, so I came up with the USB-C power delivery DTAP system. Runs a very long time, and you can run your entire system off of wall power, including monitor, motors, etc., with just one plug. I just need to redesign this so it's a little cleaner, but I've used it on a few shoots with no issues. Anyway, there is a new form in the description. Once I have a finalized version, then I'll make a full dedicated video on it. Is 3D printing a cage stupid? It's very stupid and so expensive. Like, look at all these prints. But the customization has been so fun, and I'm very close to my perfect handheld rig. All right, thanks for watching the second installment in the Perfect Rig series. I love your comments and try to respond to them. Follow me on my other socials, and we'll see you on the next one.